Indiegogo!
Surprise!
So what? Tell me, what's this film about?
This film was about when I was 19, leaving Oklahoma City for the big party city of Dallas, which I learned to hate.
Wait, Dallas is a party town?
Well, in 1972.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when I left Dallas and went to Seattle, then to LA. But it's based on a fear and loathing trip from Dallas to Seattle with a 16-year-old buddy of mine and a 13-year-old Persian long-haired cat that wouldn't go from here to that box in a car. And we had to take it to Seattle. We were somewhere near Dodge City when the drugs took effect.
I think the original story came out really fast, like you said, because it was based on something that actually happened. So the initial outpouring, we had a high volume of here's the stuff that actually happened, but then you have to translate it into something that actually has a plot and is a movie and isn't just the random things that happened that had some really funny things that really did happen, but how do you string them into a story somehow?
Most people don't know this because Dan has been such a big promoter of the arts, but Dan is incredibly artistic himself. And he's done numerous projects, numerous events to promote not only the arts in general, but artists. And so when this film came together, because this was a story about Dan, and you know what was inspired by real things that happened, I thought it was also really important to bring in other elements, the artistic elements, things that basically made up who Dan was, especially the things that he supported. So that's why we concentrated so hard in bringing in local artists, local musicians, local businessmen, because he was all of these things, local actors, local everything. And we were really lucky to be in a community, Norman, Oklahoma, somewhere that had so much raw talent that no one has tapped into, like at all. Because, you know, Dan was always sketching, Dan was always creating, Dan was always bringing about these new projects and getting people involved. So we did the same thing. We mobilized an entire community of artists and musicians.
Okay, it's a good script. Is it so much fantastically better than all these other things? Why did people gravitate to this? Why did we have all these people who worked on this film? Because you can't make a film without tons of people putting their effort, putting their time, sweating, bleeding, crying, all of that, putting into your effort. And we don't have a Hollywood budget, so people have done this because they felt inspired to do it, or they loved this, not because they were getting paid necessarily, hopefully someday. But what is it about our story? And it may be that the story is about creativity, and it is about art, and it is about having that sort of creative drive that
freedom
could inspire all the people who work on a film who themselves have that kind of drive. And so making a film like that, they're almost part of the story in a microcosm, or maybe a macrocosm.
With finishing funds, we can do the things like making it sound fantastic, cutting in the way that we need to, adding color correction, adding all the things that the post-production things that it needs in order to make it as good as the Hollywood. I think that, you know, half of it happens behind the scenes in the editing room. And yes, while the film might look pretty, if it doesn't sound good, if it is not cut well, it's not going to be the movie that it deserves to be. But more than anything else, we need finishing funds so that we can pay people like Ben, who will be our editor, who is our editor, who's been working so hard and for so little money, and doing everything that he can, scraping by, just so he can get together a film that everyone's going to enjoy. So when people look at this film, they should know that the money is going towards finishing something that already has all that potential, and getting us to Sundance, getting us to South by Southwest, and getting us to the film festivals where we can exhibit how much work and love an entire community has put together, where we can show that, hey, you know, this tiny little town in Oklahoma can do just as good as Hollywood. And hopefully with a little bit more of your help, we can make something where people can come in and relax for an hour and a half and laugh. and share a common experience, something that's just fun. Yes, do it!
You are too unartistically inclined to ever comprehend our film. You must contribute to us and support us even though you will never understand us.
Yeah, we're too good for you! You will never,
We're beyond you!
No, that's Julia.
My hope for this film was to make a film that wasn't up its own ass with how artsy-fartsy it was. And I think we've done that. We can make a movie that looks as good as it deserves to be if we can reward the efforts of all the people that went into this, so that they have something to show that actually reflects the incredible talent they've got.
Amen.